Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 4, Book 54, number 489. Narrated by Abu Wale. Somebody said to Osama, "Will you go to so-and-so, i.e., Uthman, and talk to him, i.e., advise him regarding ruling the country?" He said, "You see that I don't talk to him. Really, I talk to, advise, him secretly without opening a gate of affliction, for neither do I want to be the first to open it, i.e. rebellion, nor will I say to a man who is my ruler that he is the best of all the people after I have heard something from Allah's apostle." They said, "What have you heard him saying?" He said, "I have heard him saying, a man will be brought on the day of resurrection and thrown in the hell fire, so that his intestines will come out, and he will go around like a donkey goes around a millstone. The people of hell fire will gather around him and say, 'Oh so-and-so, what is wrong with you? Didn't you used to order us to do good deeds and forbid us to do bad deeds?' He will reply, 'Yes, I used to order you to do good deeds, but I did not do them myself. And I used to forbid you to do bad deeds, yet I used to do them myself.'" Volume 4, Book 54, number 490. Narrated by Aisha. Magic was worked on the Prophet so that he began to fancy that he was doing a thing which he was not actually doing. One day he invoked Allah for a long period and then said, "I feel that Allah has inspired me as how to cure myself. Two persons came to me, in my dream, and sat, one by my head and the other by my feet. One of them asked the other, 'What is the ailment of this man?' The other replied, 'He has been bewitched.' The first asked, 'Who has bewitched him?' The other replied, 'Lubayd bin al-Azam.' The first one asked, 'What material has he used?' The other replied, 'A comb, the hair gathered on it, and the outer skin of the pollen of the male date palm.' The first asked, 'Where is that?' The other replied, 'It is in the well of Darwin.' So the Prophet went out towards the well and then returned and said to me on his return, 'Its date palms, the date palms near the well, are like the heads of the devils.' I asked, 'Did you take out those things with which the magic was worked?' He said, 'No, for I have been cured by Allah and I am afraid that this action may spread evil amongst the people.' Later on the well was filled up with earth. Volume 4, Book 54, number 491. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's apostle said, "During your sleep, Satan knots 3 knots at the back of the head of each of you, and he breathes the following words at each knot, 'The night is long, so keep on sleeping.' If that person wakes up and celebrates the praises of Allah, then 1 knot is undone, and when he performs ablution the 2nd knot is undone, and when he prays, all the knots are undone, and he gets up in the morning lively and gay, otherwise he gets up dull and gloomy." Volume 4, Book 54, number 492. Narrated by Abdullah. It was mentioned before the Prophet that there was a man who slept the night till morning, after sunrise. The Prophet said, "He is a man in whose ears, or ear, Satan had urinated." Volume 4, Book 54, number 493. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. The Prophet said, "If any one of you, when having sexual relation with his wife, say, in the name of Allah, 'O Allah, protect us from Satan and prevent Satan from approaching our offspring you are going to give us,' and if he begets a child, as a result of that relation, Satan will not harm it." Volume 4, Book 54, number 494. Narrated by Ibn Umar. Allah's apostle said, "When the upper edge of the sun appears in the morning, don't perform a prayer till the sun appears in full, and when the lower edge of the sun sets, don't perform a prayer till it sets completely." And you should not seek to pray at sunrise or sunset, for the sun rises between two sides of the head of the devil, or Satan. Volume 4, Book 54, number 495. Narrated by Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. The Prophet said, if while you are praying, somebody intends to pass in front of you, prevent him. And should he insist, prevent him again. And if he insists again, fight with him. I.e., prevent him violently, e.g., pushing him violently, because such a person is, like, a devil. Narrated Muhammad bin Sirin, Abu Hurairah said, Allah's apostle put me in charge of the zakat of Ramadan, i.e. zakat al-fitr. Someone came to me and started scooping some of the foodstuff of zakat with both hands. I caught him and told him that I would take him to Allah's apostle. Then Abu Hurairah told the whole narration and added, he, i.e. the thief, said, whenever you go to your bed, recite the verse of Al-Kursi 2.255, for then a guardian from Allah will be guarding you, and Satan will not approach you till dawn. On that the Prophet said, he told you the truth, though he is a liar, and he, the thief, himself was the Satan. Volume 4, Book 54, number 496. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's apostle said, Satan comes to one of you and says, who created so and so? Till he says, who has created your Lord? So, when he inspires such a question, one should seek refuge with Allah and give up such thoughts. Volume 4, Book 54, number 497. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's apostle said, when the month of Ramadan comes, the gates of paradise are opened and the gates of the hell fire are closed, and the devils are chained. Volume 4, Book 54, number 498. Narrated by Ubay bin Ka'b. That he heard Allah's apostle saying, the Prophet, Moses said to his attendant, bring us our early meal, 18.62. The latter said, did you remember when we betook ourselves to the rock? I indeed forgot the fish and none but Satan made me forget to remember it. 18.63. Moses did not feel tired till he had crossed the place which Allah ordered him to go to. Volume 4, Book 54, number 499. Narrated by Abdullah bin Umar. I saw Allah's apostle pointing towards the east saying, lo, afflictions will verily emerge hence. Afflictions will verily emerge hence where the side of the head of Satan appears. Volume 4, Book 54, number 500. Narrated by Jabir. The Prophet said, when night falls, then keep your children close to you, for the devil spread out then. An hour later you can let them free, and close the gates of your house, at night, and mention Allah's name thereupon, and cover your utensils, and mention Allah's name thereupon, and if you don't have something to cover your utensil, you may put across it something, e.g. a piece of wood, etc. Volume 4, Book 54, number 501. Narrated by Safiya bint Huay. While Allah's apostle was in itikaf, I called on him at night and having had a talk with him, I got up to depart. He got up also to accompany me to my dwelling place, which was then in the house of Osama bin Zaid. 2 Ansari men passed by, and when they saw the Prophet they hastened away. The Prophet said to them, don't hurry, it is Safiya, the daughter of Huay, i.e. my wife. They said, glorified be Allah, O Allah's apostle. How dare we suspect you? He said, Satan circulates in the human mind as blood circulates in it, and I was afraid that Satan might throw an evil thought, or something, into your hearts.